Welcome back to FPL. Take the hit. You're here with Mick and Joff, and as usual, I'm here at the Melbourne Stamford Bridge. And Joff, where are you coming to us from? Some cave somewhere?
Coming to us from Joff's man cave. Yes, that you've heard correct. Where Leeds United is very. We're fond of Leeds United here. We cop 6 points here and there, but we have fun.
Awesome, mate. Awesome. Great to have you here, Joff. We couldn't unfortunately be in the same location today, so we're recording from our own houses. I'm obviously at Stamford Bridge. That's where I live. I'm in
the man cave from Allen Road, man. I'm in like, I don't know, like level 2, one of the rooms there, so we'll go with that.
Very nice, Joff. No, lovely to have you here on the broadcast. Joffy boy, what a week in football it's been. It's a couple of quickfire game weeks.
Yeah.
Saw a lot of high scores over the past game week, Joffy boy. How'd you fare in this very high scoring game week 14?
Yeah, I mean, I actually cannot complain too much at all. I got 81 points.
Let's chuck it on the screen for you there, buddy.
Shall we? Ooh. Well, that's handy. There we go. We'll go to the top.
Scroll up a little bit. There we go. 81. Yeah. Very nice.
81 points. Only the one transfer. I've been having a bit of fun with my one transfer weeks. Overall points, 844. Cool number. Overall rank, 457,000. And let's have a look at this team. Let's check this team out. So Mr. Dallas with the cracker, 5 points. He gets 6 points for a goal, but he got 5 points overall. So it shows that Leeds got belted. Melia got 1 point. Which is pretty cool. I like that.
How did Melia get 1 point? Did he make saves?
He made 8 saves, I think. Yeah, so he did all right. But this guy here, Mr. Bruno Fernandez, he killed my team. Wow, he absolutely killed my team. But you know what? I'm happy for him, man. I'm really, really happy for him because I like Fernandez. But I would have liked to if we had been like 6-6 or maybe 4-4 or something because they spanked us. But anyway, moving on. Grealish 2 assists, 10 points. Salah 16 points as well off the bench. Wow, what a performance! Wow, Sonny boy let us down with his blank. De Bruyne 5, Bamford 2, Calvin with his standard goal or assist, and then on the bench there, Mr. James Justin. It was the first time I've benched him because it's the first time I had a bench in a while, and I got burnt. Veltman came off at halftime, and these things happen. We move forward and we learn our lesson because Justin plays from now on. I think that's about it, man. I'm pretty happy with that.
Oh, very good, mate. Looking good. You've broken into the top 500K, mate. Well done. Well done to you.
Thank you. Hey, thank you. What about you, man? How did you go?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Joff. I did a little bit better than you, but as everyone's going to see, yeah, a little bit better. No, not by much. Not by much. I mean, it would have been a bit nicer if old Chilly Willy and James would have played for me and got those clean sheets that Chelsea got, but. You just can't have everything, Johnny boy. You know what I mean? It's just not the way that FPL works. FPL needs to demean you and just take your pants off and your underpants off, and each and every single game week. Sometimes you get your dignity back, but most times you leave there without any pants. That's just FPL, mate. That's just absolutely pantsless. Yep. So, my defense got pantsed, unfortunately, with my boy James getting this phantom knee injury that apparently needs surgery, perhaps. So, not too. We'll have to wait and see what happens with old Frankie boy's old press conference there. So, what he has to say about it. But so far, yeah, he's cast doubt over Chilwell and James being included in the Arsenal game coming up in game week 15. So. Any people out there that are holding on to James and Chilwell, you're probably going to have to look at selling them unless you can, maybe bench one of them, or because I know there is that combination is used by a fair few managers. So we're going to have to be looking elsewhere, which we will obviously both of us will touch on a little bit later on with our transfers, Joffy boy.
Oh, we shall.
I ended up on 84, Joff. I made 2 transfers, 84, so I beat you by 3 points, edging closer every week.
Oh, actually, no, you didn't. You got 2 freebies. You got 2 freebies every week. Let's be honest.
I know. I just roll with 2 freebies all the time. This week I probably have to take a hit though, unfortunately, the way that it's turned out. So yeah, McCarthy in goal. I had Kilman come on, who I played over Dallas foolishly enough because I thought, Wolves against Burnley. Surely, Burnley apparently are a much better team than Wolves, and they beat them 2-1 quite convincingly in the end. Chilwell in there and Target at the back. And then other than that, Joff, our front seven I don't know if you can see that, is now identical.
No way.
We have an identical front seven. Obviously, this week, what I did is I moved my boy Werner the Burner out because he's just continuing to just embellish that left-hand side of the Chelsea attack and not start centre forward, which I think is quite foolish from Lampard. But I mean, hey, I'm not a manager, am I? I'm just a pundit who has a podcast. Ha 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 ha. Lampard's the manager, so he's the one that really should realise that Werner should be playing up front, but alas, he is not. So he had to be given the old heave ho, and in came Sunny Boy to get me a beautiful blank for the first time in 4 weeks. So thank you, Korean barbecue. Yes, the Korean barbecue went a blank for me, but that's okay. I think it was time. It was time for me to jump on board the Sun wagon. Get cooking frying up some Korean barbecue, and that's easy. He's there. He's there to stay now. He's not going anywhere. I finally got on board, and it's taken me quite some time, but he's there and he's not going anywhere. And I think that front seven, Joff, it's a pretty tasty looking front seven, if you ask me.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why, we're going to talk about our strategies for our blanks and doubles. And I just don't want to move that until I need to, because it just looks amazing. But well, what do you do, huh? What do you do? It's one of those things with the it's an interesting time with all these blanks, and then all this talk about the EFL Cup moving, and oh man, we're going to get into that. But no, good game week, man. Well done.
Thank you very much, mate. No, I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm sitting just inside the 1 million rank. So it's my best rank since game week 1, I believe. So slowly edging my way into the top 1 mil, which is it seems it's taken an age to get there this season, because the way this season has gone, Joffy boy. So getting there slowly but surely, as we say.
That's it. That's
but all always having fun. Always having fun. That's the aim of the game here at FPL Take the Hit. Having fun, taking hits, and getting a green arrow. Very good, mate. Very good. But just casting our eye back at the game week that just was, Joffy boy. Obviously, you touched on some big results that came to pass, and one of them was that Leeds United game against United, where we saw Leeds get picked apart, and this Leeds basically getting leadsed by Manchester United, where Leeds they just go all out attack, and then whatever happens. So great game though, great game to watch. I caught the highlights of that, and it was it was just McTominay scoring a brace. Is he? I pray that people don't bring in Scott McTominay off, but you know what? They're going to do it.
Oh, I don't know. Surely not. Surely. You look at his information, his eye, and he's only scored 2 goals and 1 assist this season, and it was in the Leeds game. So I don't know. If they do it, they do it. Why not? Maybe he's starting a hot streak. But,
well, that double game week coming up for United, and we know how many United fans there are. So I don't know, man. I think McTominay is going to be transferred in by some people.
Yeah, could be right. But one thing with that game was that obviously Marshall got 3 assists, but he's actually got 10 points in his last game week and 12 this one. So I don't know. He looked wasteful. Like watching that game, he probably should have scored 2 or 3. He literally had chances, because that's what Leeds do. We just give up chances, and he's just looking a bit off the boil. But 22 points in his last 2 game weeks. He could be one as well. We've got to consider for that double as well. So, but obviously Fernandez, man. Fernandez, wow.
Oh, Anthony Marshall, John. You're really considering bringing back Anthony Marshall?
Oh, he definitely most likely a trap. Like I said, he got 10 and 12, but he just didn't look up to scratch. But maybe I think he got 3 assists. So maybe those 3 assists is enough to kind of get his confidence back up, to get him flowing again. But I don't know. That's a risk that I'm not taking. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't think I'd go there either. If I was really big on United, and having a look at their schedule coming up, they've got a decent run of fixtures. They've got Leicester, which is a difficult game now. I have not given Leicester absolutely anything this season. Zero. And now they're sitting. I'm pretty sure it's second in the league, Joe. I'm going to bring up the table.
Yeah, you hate
second in the league, mate.
Always.
They are second in the league, but United are third in the league, Joff. That's a weird top 4, isn't it? Liverpool, Leicester, Manchester United, and then Everton are the top 4 teams in the league, and then Chelsea and Tottenham are equal fifth. But yeah, I've given Leicester nothing this season. I think we really need to take notice of Leicester now. Maybe. I mean,
What
Jamie
about
Vardy.
What about Vardy?
Jamie Vardy. I just.
How many
think
points
he's
did he
over.
get this week? I'm not sure. How many points did he get?
Man, didn't he get 12 again?
Yeah, he did.
Why does he keep doing this, man? He's
11 goals and 6 assists this season, man. He's doing a Harry Kane, but he's scoring penalties for fun. Yeah, he's silencing Mick. That shush is for you, I think.
But Joff, you know Jamie Vardy. You know Jamie Vardy's a trap, Joff. You know that he is that. You know we cannot deny Jamie Vardy and his trap worthiness. He is definitely trap worthy.
It's funny, like one of our mates, AR. I was talking to one of our mates that plays FPL. He never watches our show, by the way. Hopefully, he's watching this one, man. And we talk about. I always talk about Jamie Vardy with him because he loves Vardy, and I say Vardy either gets 2 points or like a really low point, or he goes large, where he gets double digits. He's got double digits 3, 4, 5 times in 14 games. 5 times. So he goes, he either gets 2 points most likely, or he gets 11 plus.
11 goals and 6 assists, Jamie Vardy. Oh my God. There's no way. I mean, if you want to bring in Jamie Vardy, do it. You know, maybe you should. Yeah, I think 10.2 million. I think he's overpriced. There's no chance. I'm going to bring him in personally. No way. No, it's not going to. Unless he has to score like back-to-back hat tricks for me to consider him. But 10.2 million for Jamie Vardy. I don't know how. I see teams though. I see teams out there with Jamie Vardy, and they don't have someone else. They won't have either Fernandez, Salah, or KDB. You got to sacrifice somewhere to have Jamie Vardy. I just don't feel it's worth it, Joffy boy. I mean, maybe the double game week though. That could be a place to actually reconsider. Maybe shuffle your cards.
Well, that's the thing is Vardy is like, honestly, he's the ultimate fixture-proof player. He just doesn't matter who he plays. Like the harder fixtures are the ones that he looks like he's going to do better because he gets them on the counter. Like the way that Leicester's tactics are this season, we've got to consider their players. Like even Maddison, he scored that offside goal, which was barely offside. I'm not going to say get in Maddison because he's like a habitual like trapster as well. We don't know if he's the real deal or not. But that goal goes in, we start considering Maddison. But yeah, no, I mean, it's good that you're starting to take Leicester seriously.
Don't mention Maddison, Joe. Do never mention Maddison on this podcast, please. Thank you.
Really? Is it because he burnt you a few seasons ago?
Yeah, man, he's the biggest trap there is. He's like the habitual trapster. He'll lure you in, man. He plays some sexy football. Yeah, you bring him in your team, he'll do nothing for you. Guaranteed nothing. Guaranteed 2-pointers every week.
Going from the like a trapster as well, like Ollie Watkins. I want to go straight to Ollie Watkins, man, because
Ollie Watkins. Okay, I actually got a picture of that guy. There he goes.
He scored 2 offside. I'm pretty sure it's 2 or 3 VAR offside goals now, man. And it's like, and both of them have been very debatable. So it's like, I don't know, is he a trap? Like, what's going on with Ollie? Like, he's going to continually play that position, and Villa's doing well. So, I don't know. Like, I personally think there's other options there, but I just feel sorry for the guy, man, because he's getting trapped by the VAR.
It's so true. That VAR is it's a finicky little thing, isn't it? And it does pick on certain players, as we've seen. Watkins is one of those players that just can't beat the VAR offside trap. It really is sad for these for these EPL strikers that they've got to beat the offside trap of the team, and then they've got to beat the VAR offside trap, which is a whole different ball game. You know what I mean? There's all like straight lines and diagonals and all this kind of crap going on that who knows how to beat that. They haven't figured that out yet, but I'm sure that they're working on it, Joff. Behind the scenes. They're working on exactly how to get their lines in place. Maybe trim their arm hair so that it's diagonal. I don't know, Joe. I'm not a scientist, but I'm sure they've got scientists, crack scientists, mind you, working on this every hour before the game. Like how do we defeat VAR?
Oh, VAR, it's undefeatable, man. This thing's like, if it doesn't matter the way that the lines, it's like the people that cut the grass now are so important, man. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, talking about that Villa game, El Ghazi, Mick. El Ghazi, he's someone that if it was my turn for a gut feeling, I'd potentially put it on El Ghazi.
Gut feeling.
He's looking good.
Gut feeling.
But it's not yours, Joff, so
I like it. I like it.
Mate.
But anyway,
good shout. No, good shout. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, he's won penalties. He got 16 points in that West Brom game, and he's got 3 goals in his last 3 games. So I don't know. We've got to consider him. He's got some ripper stats as well. I haven't got him on hand, but do your own research.
5.7 million for Al Ghazi there, Joff. 5.7.
0.4% ownership, man.
Ooh, differential status.
But then again, having said that, they've only got Palace and then they got difficult fixtures. So
they do. Their fixtures good. Yeah, like Jackie Boy, the Jack Sparrow that I'm happy I kept now. I'm shattered that you brought him back in though. Of course, you bring him back in for the points. Oh, Joffy needs the points. But yeah, Jackie Boy Grealish, I'm happy I had onto him for this week because I was so close to like my transfers that I nearly had set in stone was I was going to take a -4 and Jackie Boy was going to go. I was going to bring in Souček for Jack. I was going to bring in Son for Romeu, which is the move I did anyway. I was going to go Werner to Giroud. So if I had done that, mate, that would have just blown up in my face hard. Which is yeah, Giroud, he got benched. But that was what I was going to do, Joff. And what came to me was every time I've done a 3-move -4 this season, I've done it 3 times, and each time I've lost net 15 points minimum net 15. So I thought, I'm not going to do that because it's always just so advantageous to make that 3-move switch, and it's only going to cost you a -4, but you're making 3 big moves, and it always seems so exciting and fun, and then you get stung for it because you're taking out good players for good players, So if your good player you bring in doesn't happen to score that week, you're bupkis. So I didn't do that in the end, and I was pretty happy that I kept Jackie Boy, but he's definitely on chopping block for me after this Palace game.
Oh, really? Straight away? Oh, fair enough as well. I mean, that's the thing is that we've got to look ahead now. I mean, before we look ahead, should we just quickly say Liverpool 7-0, Roberto Firmino. He is my triple captain pick, by the way.
Oh, let me just play the music. You freaking snuck up on me there.
That's sneaky.
Just abandoned. Triple captain pick. Triple captain pick.
There he is. Bobby.
I don't mean Bobby. Like Bobby as well. Like I want you to put up the trap pick as well because this is like a double-edged sword right here.
Bobby the teeth. You're gonna trap Bobby. You can't trap Bobby the teeth.
I'm gonna say he's my regular abandoned. He's 3.7% ownership, 9.2 million. He's got 25 points in his last 2 games. I think that he's definitely an amazing option moving forward as well. He could be an amazing option, but he also could be a trap. So I personally will not own Bobby. I'm just putting that no way. But if you do, it's differential. And this guy's got a high ceiling, especially with Jota out. And I feel like he's got a bit more like impetus to perform more. I mean, that's the thing is all of a sudden you've got this player that's kind of playing for his position now. Big bad Bobby.
There's Bobby. I mean, I love the guy, Job. I'm a big Bobby fan. Having said that, I love you. I love what he does for this Liverpool team. Yeah, he's one of the most underrated strikers. I mean, Joff, he takes after your mate Dirk Kuyt. Do you remember a fellow man named Dirk Kuyt, Joff?
No, you can't compare him to Dirk though.
Hang on, Joff, please hang on. Now, the reason why I compare him to Dirk Kuyt is because he plays his own brand of anti-football. Now we all know Dirk Kuyt played anti-football. He wasn't out to play football at all. He literally played to facilitate those around him, which is what Firmino does. Without Firmino, there would be no Salah or Mane. I mean, they'd still exist in the reality we currently perceive, but I don't think they would be anywhere near as influential if it wasn't for Bobby Firmino.
No, that's spot on. You've said it. You've said everything perfectly. But there's one thing there is that Dirk Kuyt did play anti-football because he was a massive facilitator, and I agree that Bobby is a massive facilitator. However, Bobby doesn't play anti-football, man. Bobby plays, man. Bobby is like he's a playmaker, man. You're right though. Without him, Salah and Mane. Like I mean, we've witnessed that Salah and Mane with Jota as the 3 of them. Like I watched a few times when they were the 3 of them together without Bobby, and it's just Hog City, man. It's just the 3 of them really just trying to get goals, and it's sad because like I don't know, like I just feel like Bobby doesn't get enough praise like that. But yeah, who cares? I'm sure Bobby doesn't care. But that's the thing about Bobby is that week in week out, he just plays. He doesn't care. He just plays for the team. He probably doesn't even look at the newspapers and stuff like that. But and he doesn't care if he scores. Man, he scored 5 goals this season. He scored 9 goals, 9 assists last season. in a like a championship winning team. So Bobby, we respect you, but still, for FPL purposes, you're potentially a trap, unfortunately.
That's the thing, mate. That is the thing with Bobby. And I fell into that trap, Joffy boy. I fell knee deep into that trap last season prior to the double game week. I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna cover Mane, because I know a lot of people are going to go Salah Mane for the double game week, which I think this season's probably a great idea, by the way. It was a little tip off my hat to the old what I didn't do last season, like a bit of a silly boy that I am. So I ended up going Firmino and Salah. And, Firmino went and blanked in both double game week games. So, yeah, he does get these purple patches, Joff, but will he hold this form into the double game week, and can we trust him?
Yeah, can we trust him or what? We have to wait and see anyway. But obviously Liverpool 7-0, TAA, Robbo back on the board. Obviously they've caught our eye. We're going to have to keep an eye on them. Salah just killing it. Mane doing his business as well. So Liverpool.
Now, just on Mane, Joff, I watched the full 90 of this game. Obviously, a great performance by Liverpool, but Mr. Sadio Mane, I was very disappointed with what I saw from Sadio Mane, Joff. Getting substituted in let's have a look what minute it was.
57th or something?
56th minute, 56th minute. And he was not happy at all. He was absolutely little Mr. Poopy Pants. He turned his back to the board, first of all. After he saw his number go up, turned his back to the board, started mouthing off to whoever was around him, turned back to the board, saw his number on the board again, and then just started throwing his hands in the air, saying, "Oh, it's the end of the bloody world." And I just thought, come on, Sadio, you're better than that. You're probably in your mid-20s, and you've just got a goal and an assist in a game that your team's easily going to win, and all your manager's doing is taking you off to give you some well-earned rest, so that you're up for a game that's coming up in the next bloody 5 days, and then another one after that in the next 3 days. So, just do it for the team. I understand he was probably amped up and ready to rock and roll, but come on now, it's a team game.
Oh, no, I get that as well. But Salah does exactly the same thing, man. I mean, Salah does it probably a little bit less drastically, but it just shows they want goals, man. Obviously,
Correct.
I'm sure that as they get older, they'll mature a bit more with that kind of thing as well. But it obviously affected him, and I feel like it's the Salah and Mane like effect that Mane, I reckon, feels that Klopp favors Salah more. But well, who cares? At the end of the day, let him do it.
A little bit of teacher's pet jealousy there. Yeah. Are you saying?
I think so. I think so. But at the end of the day, we'll leave that, because we got to talk about blank game week and double game week, Mick. Because I feel like I've actually got a strategy compared to the last time we spoke. I've got a strategy. Do you want to talk yours first, or what do you want to do?
Oh no, Joff. No, I want to hear it. I want to hear it right now. Oh yeah, strategy.
Yeah, you want some strategy? Strategies coming your way right now. All right. So my strategy right now. So I have got. It's some pickles. So at the moment, I think I've got randomly, I think it's about 6 players for the blank, and for the double, I'm actually not too sure. But I've got enough. I'm pretty happy. So moving forward, I most likely will be like facilitating a team of probably 8 players for the blank. No free hit, no nothing, just transfers, whatever I feel like doing, because I take hits. That's the thing, is that with people that take hits, there's no restrictions. That's one thing that I've really learned in this moment right now, because I want to hold that free hit. And that's the thing, is if you want to use it now, if you feel like your team needs to use it now, trying to put this out there, because I've spoken to a few people about it, do it. You know what I mean? There's no limits. Whatever you do, you feel like your team needs. Do you know what I mean? But do you want to talk or?
No, I'm just saying, I'm probably going to be guilty.
You're doing as well. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I was considering free hitting like initially, but now I'm like, you know what? I'll field 8 players. Maybe it's 9. Who knows? Because I like taking hits. And then for the double game week, that's what I'm going to be working towards. So I'll probably get about 8 players, and then the double game week is when I'll try to have 2 freebies and maybe make a -8, 4 moves, get myself a strong team. And
that's what I'm struggling with. Sorry to interject, but I've been trying to build a team, in my transfers, just to looking towards having double game week sorted with 8 or so players. But then, like you said, you're going to have to take a -12 or something to be able to move from those 8 down to 4, having that, 10 or 11 playing double game weekers in double game week 19. But having said that, like the likes of, say, KDB and Son, and even Calvert-Lewin. So those three players that a lot of people are going to own, that's going to bring you down, to 8 players anyway, 8 double game weekers if you're to keep them. So you've really got to look at that as well, because obviously the dream is to have 11 double game weekers. If you're bench boosting, you want to have 15 double game weekers. But in reality, if you're going to be keeping, holding on to your best players, Sonny Boy and KDB, they ain't double game week, man. They got single fixture, which is a decent one during that game week, but no double. So some food for thought there.
Well, that's it. That's where I'm going with this. Is that most likely I'm considering using the triple captain in game week 19, double game week. However, if I'm not, like, if I get to a point where I guess the thing is I don't like planning too much ahead. I like to have an idea, and I'll do my thing week by week. And then if it comes to game week 19 and I'm like, you know what, I haven't got enough double game weekers, I might free hit then and just go for 22, get myself 22 players basically double game week, and then see how we go. So it's just, again, I'm leaving the door open for all possibilities and see what I land on. I mean, but at the same time, man, if people want to get a strategy right now and stick to it and go towards it, do it. Back your gut. Trust your instinct and do it. That's it.
I like it, man. I like it. Well, I mean, it's just for me how my team's looking. I've got at the moment I've got about what have I got? Let's have a look. Actually, with these injuries, it's kind of shaking my team up a bit because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've only got 5 double game weekers now after these 2 injuries to James and Chilwell, and obviously I took out Werner. So that's going to really, it's really dented my plan that I had, which was to basically, free hit game week 18 and then build transfers towards game week 19. But all of a sudden, that's just taken a massive blow because of these 2 Chelsea injuries that I'm looking to probably move on. So I might be doing something similar to you now, Joff, which is really just staying in the flow, staying nice and calm about it, and maybe moving my 2 Chelsea defenders on to some players that are going to play in the blank, just so that I can play in the blank, and then like you said, either move to a triple captain in the game week 19 or bench boost. But then to bench boost in 19, I have to wildcard at some point. So I don't think bench boost is a really good option, in 19 unless you've got your team set up. So it really is set up for a triple captain for me, unless you're going to wildcard maybe in 16 when you actually get your wildcard. It's a tricky one, Job. It really is a tricky one. I still like the idea of building a team for 19 so that he can have 8 or 9 or even 10, 11 players that are going to play a double, and then you can just triple captain or something in there. But it's interesting to see who holds their free hit in 18 and who uses it, because it can go both ways there, Job. I mean, if some of these big the big players in that game week go large, like City, if say for example City go big, or even the Spurs duo, if Kane and Son go big, obviously the free hitters are going to own all these big players. Kane, Son, even if Jimenez is back, Calvert-Lewin. Yeah, there is you got Grealish as well. So there is a few big names in there that can hurt you if you're not in that ownership, and the free hitters will have. So, but I do see that blank game week, being able to cover it with 8 or so players should be good. I can see where your head's at with that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is that I feel like the news today or yesterday that came out about this, what is it, the Carling Cup, whatever it's called, is being moved, and there's just a lot of talk about doubles, and there's definitely going to be more doubles and a blank in 28, 29 around about there. I don't know exact, check out Ben Crillin for on Twitter or wherever, because he's got all the insight. So just definitely type in Ben Crillin, and even in probably a search engine, you should be able to find it, because it's got a lot of insight on what to do. And that's why I was really like, you know what, I'm going to hold off. I'm just going to play most likely I want to hold my free hit and then just use my triple captain and then use other things later. But at the end of the day, again, just whatever feels right. That's all we can do.
I mean, because potentially you could blow everything right now. You could wildcard in 16, free hit 17, bench boost or triple captain in 19, and then you're done. Your chips are almost spent. But no, I like that. I like the future planning for that. Bet basically future proofing, so that you're set up and you've got those chips to use down the line instead of just blowing them all in this little blank double game week little splurge. So no, it's good. Good. No, good thinking there, John.
I think that's the thing as well, is that like right now I'm so happy with my team that I just do not want to change it. I don't want to start prepping for something that, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just happy with my team. I'm getting 80 points. That's one thing that I've really learned about my own team and stuff, is that when this kind of stuff starts happening, you can easily you just start playing with your team. All of a sudden, my 80 points goes down to 60, and it's like, I should have just kept it. You know what I mean? I should have just kept it. So, but yeah, that's me again. A lot of this stuff is me. Everyone, you do your own thing, man. Hey, do you?
No, I like it, Joff. No, I like where your head's at with that. It's obviously going to be an evolving situation about exactly what we do with these double game week teams. So keep your eye on it. We'll obviously keep you guys updated with our thoughts. As we continue to keep our thing going. But I mean, just quickly, I'm gonna bring up my triple captain pick of the week, Joff.
Ooh,
it is time for my triple captain, and no, so not triple captain. My gut feeling. My apologies.
Gut feeling.
So for me this week, Joff, I'm gonna tip that your lads are gonna bounce back, Joff. I think Leeds United, after the absolutely consensual spanking that you guys got, you were asking for it. You were asking for it in that game. I think you're going to bounce back. You're playing this lackluster Burnley, who just they can only play at Turf Moor. They don't play away from home. They don't even turn up. I'm pretty sure that they before the match they're sitting in the locker and they're just like, all right, boys, let's just go out there and have some fun. Then we'll go get some beers afterwards. So I think Leeds they're gonna attack Burnley, and Nick Pope's gonna have his hands full. And I'm really liking what I'm seeing from that Rafinha fella, Joff. Rafinha, 5.4 million, just unknown. No one owns him, and he's starting to hit his stride in the Premier League, Joffy boy. 2 assists, I believe, against United. So very good, mate. Very good. So I'm liking what I've seen from Rafinha, and I'm looking forward to some more points from him, mate. Because I mean, we can see what he can do. He can thread a ball, and this Leeds team is so attacking. So Rafinha is my gut feeling of the week.
I think that's fair enough as well, man. I mean, Rafinha is one that I'm definitely looking at personally because in double game week as well. I mean, I already own 3 Leeds players. That's the only thing. So we have to wait and see if I do a bit of a switcheroo there. But I'd love to have Rafinha in my midfield, but we have to wait and see. Like I said, I keep saying it, man. Poor man's Angel Di Maria. That's what Rafinha is. If you watch a Leeds game, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Oh, we know what you're talking about, John. We know exactly what you're talking about there, boy. All right, mate. Well, why don't we move on to just some players, Joff? So we know now that a lot of people out there in TV land and FPL land, a lot of managers out there own Chilwell and James. So what I want to chat about now, Joff, is some possible replacements for the aforementioned Chilwell and James. 33% own Chilwell. And Jimmy Boy, I'm sure he'd have similar ownership, 16%. So we've got some players, some defensive players to salvage off. What are your thoughts on who to replace these players with and why?
I think that it's definitely down to your strategy, like whatever you're feeling in the moment with your team. Like, if you're looking for, that's basically it. Like, I think if you're building a team for the blank, I reckon that Diaz is probably the first name on your team sheet, maybe, because he's been playing 90 minutes consistently, and he hasn't really. I don't even think he scored in the Premier League. Has he scored in the Premier League yet? I know he scored in the I think he scored in the Champions League. I'm curious actually there. I think that Diaz. No, he hasn't scored. 4.7% owned, 5.7 million. I think he's a really good option.
Yep.
But otherwise, I mean, Robertson. If you're going to be going down that way, Robertson and TAA. I mean, maybe they start hitting their stride, man.
Yeah, I love that. I was going to say that's what I was going to say. Robertson for me. I think Robertson's having a great season, Joff, and I'm loving what I'm seeing from old Robbo. So I believe Robbo is a great shout for anyone that's looking to replace the likes of Chilwell. If you got the cash, for me, I don't quite have the cash, unfortunately. Robbo was going to be. He's definitely on my mind for the double game week, and he's someone I'm looking at when it comes to selling Grealish to fund Robbo. But just getting that money, getting 7.2 million, mate, that's not easy, Joe.
Nah, no way. It's so expensive, isn't he? Silky Hands is like the most expensive guy. Him and Mr. TAA. But
So damn silky.
But I don't know. I mean, if you can afford him, they could start to get they really could get a nice little run here, and then the double game week. Yeah, that's
If you're looking for a double game week player, for me, I'm probably going to bring him in this week personally, but it's Kufal for me for West Ham. Now they blank in game week 18, but the double game week they have, and even leading up to it, they got Brighton, Southampton, Everton. So there's some decent games there. Southampton, Everton, both away. So you're gonna be playing with fire if you're gonna be playing him there because actually even with Ingsy injured though, it could be Southampton there. But I think Everton probably will score. Brighton they're pretty horrible. And then you got Burnley and West Brom in the double game week, which is just tasty, just super tasty there. I mean, I don't know who else you'd go for in this West Ham team. I mean, maybe Bowen. I wouldn't probably go as far as Howler the Bowler because he just I don't know. I mean, I watched the Chelsea game and Howler just looked upset. I mean, he doesn't really play happy. I like players that play happy. I'm happy. Ha ha ha. It seems like he reminds me of Nicholas Anelka, Le Sulk. Just always sulking and doing his own thing up front. I'm not a big fan. I think Souček and Kufal are really great options to consider when coming this coming double game week for West Ham.
But obviously, Antonio. I mean, as soon as Antonio gets fit, that's why Adler's always sulking, man, because he knows his spot's gone soon. Poor bastard. You reckon Antonio's a trapper?
He's just an injury trap, Job. He's the glass cannon. He's the epitome of glass cannon. If he plays, man, cannon time. But the problem is, he's made of glass, Job. Glass breaks.
Hopefully he comes back. I think for that double, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. He's definitely on my radar moving forward. We'll have to wait and see what happens. He got in his first 6 games, he scored 3 goals, and we'll see what happens. But I mean, talking about injury prone, poor Ings, far out. I'm a bit upset for him.
Heart throb Ings, Joe. Your heart's not throbbing anymore.
It's
but his ankle is.
Oh man, I wonder how long he's out for. I mean, that's the thing is that. It was funny because right before the City game got announced, because Australian time, I think it was like 2 a.m, and I was just about to go to bed. I had like a birthday or whatever, and I wasn't going to watch the game, and I was like, oh, did Ings start? Hopefully he didn't start because he needs a rest. Like I keep an eye on Ings even though he's not on my team, and then he starts him, and then I woke up the next day, and you one actually told me like, you see, Ings got taken off in the 40th or something. I was like, what? And then obviously did a bit of research, and I was just like, no, like. He got greedy, Hustle, man. He's like, oh yeah, we've got to play him against City where shouldn't have played him. I mean, it's hindsight. He plays 90 scores or whatever. It's different, but what do you do, man? It is what it is. He's probably going to miss a few games, but yeah, it is what it is, huh?
Another defender to consider is a little cheeky one here. I mean, I don't know. I'm looking at him and probably call me crazy. All right, call me crazy.
You crazy already.
Lindelof from United.
That's crazy.
Hear me out.
Where's the trap line, man? Hit it.
Shit. Good trap my own player. 4.8 million. I bet you didn't know that. 4.8 million for Lindelof. 4.8 million. He's currently the highest scoring defender at Manchester United. Just saying. Playing 90. Or just playing 90, always playing 90. Just always plays 90, Joe, right? Always plays 90. Well, that's it. I mean, that's it. What else do you want? They've got Leicester away, probably gonna get a spank in there. Then Wolves and Aston Villa at home, potential blank. Liverpool away, and then Fulham. So I mean, there's something there. Maybe 4.8 million. I'm looking at him, Joe. I know I'm crazy, but I like that price point, 4.8. It's a nice move from James. Stones.
Is Stones getting I'm pretty sure Stones went up today. Is he getting game time? I actually haven't even looked at that.
Stones is getting played, but I think he's definitely playing. You want to play Pepper Roulette, Joffy boy. Stones is a great player. I mean, you're throwing your own stones on the table if you're bringing in John Stones. I'll tell you that much.
He's played 4 of their last 5 in the Premier League, and all 4 of them they kept a clean sheet. The one game he didn't play, they copped a goal against West Brom. So I wouldn't bring in Stones. There's no way I'll bring in Stones. He's cheap, man.
You ain't got the Stones.
Oh man, Pep Roulette, man. I'll pass. I prefer Diaz, man. I think Diaz is like he's the Laporte of last season, man.
Oh, big call, a Big Mac.
I got your guy, man.
I like Diaz. Yeah, well, no, he's definitely someone I'm looking at as well, Joff, as a Chili Willy replacement for sure. I like it. I think that's enough replacements, Joff, for our aforementioned Chelsea duo. I mean, Azpilicueta, Emerson, maybe. Those two. Yeah, what are you saying?
I said maybe Azpilicueta, he gets bonuses.
Well, that's the thing. I think the beautiful thing about being a Chelsea fan is that we've probably got the best right back, second fiddle right back in the league when you consider Azpilicueta being the player that comes in for Reece James. So I mean, I like that. He's 5.6 million though. He's a bit pricey for me off the bat. Emerson's a bit more intriguing. If Chilwell's out for a while, Emerson at 4.7, mate, that's a bargain right there, Joffy boy. So definitely. I'm gonna definitely wait and see what old mate Lampard has to say. Hopefully, if he's got something, I mean, he said it was just a sprain originally, so sprains don't usually take that long. But I mean, if Chilwell's out for a certain amount of time, definitely Emerson's an option there.
What about Zuma, man? Zuma's on 4 goals this season as well. Like, I don't know, man. I mean, you guys haven't got the best fixtures, to be fair, but at the same time, Zuma's on headers, Mick. He's angry.
I think he's a bit pricey now, isn't he? Up to like 5.8. Yeah. He's 5.8 now. Like, if I was going to spend the money, I'd bring in Thiago. Thiago's 5.5, and he's playing just as many minutes as Zuma. Obviously, he's not on headers like Zuma. He just scored a header though. So I like Thiago there. 0.3, difference. I mean, it depends if you've got the money to spend, but 5.8 on Zuma seems quite pricey, Joff.
Yeah, that sounds fair. Sounds fair to me.
Yeah, mate. All right. Well, why don't we move on to our form play? I mean, we've touched on a fair few players that have hit form. Anyone else you need to bring up? Just looking ahead towards these coming fixtures in 15. Anyone we've missed?
I mean, I like the look of Lookman as well. I mean,
look of Lookman.
Oh, I like the look of Lookman. I mean, they got Southampton. Southampton is keeping it nice and tight. But I mean, Fulham. I don't know. Just some like a random punt. He's just so cheap and he's not nasty. Same as Souček. The same thing. West Ham got Brighton. Brighton concede every week. We know that. So Souček could score in this game as well. Could be an option. But
now they got Sanchez in goal though. Sanchez, 4.4 million. Brighton goalkeeper.
Yeah, true. Like he actually looked good. He made a ripper save in that first half. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, yeah. Otherwise, yeah. What do you think? I'm curious as well. What do you think about Sterling, man? Is he a trap?
Oh, he's definitely a trap. We know Raheem. I mean, he's started doing some business though. We've seen him, come up and get a few goals in that. But the problem with Sterling is he's a trap, and Pep's going to rotate him, man. Pep loves to rotate Sterling. He's I don't know. I don't know about Sterling. The thing is, if you're going to spend the money, you may as well buy KDB.
True. He's 4.3% owned.
That's why, man. People know. People aren't silly.
That is crazy. Anyone free hit in 18, they got Brighton at home. I'm pretty sure you're going to own Sterling in that game.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Someone I want to mention, Joffy boy, with obviously you mentioned it's something in the same fixture, that the Lookman fixture. We've got my boy, not my boy really, my boy Che Adams. He's been good. He's been amazing. He's been probably one of the most valued players of the season, obviously aside from say someone like Calvert-Lewin or Bamford. But Che Adams' job, I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Che. And, I mean, why not? A little bit of cheeky Che. You thinking about a little bit of cheeky Che? I think with Danny Ings out, we've got Che Adams is an option up front. He's obviously going to get starts. He's going to be the striker, probably alongside, Walcott, maybe, you'd imagine. Well, so, yeah, I know, Walcott. So Che Adams' job, I'm looking at him for the double game week. I'm trying to fit him into my team in the coming weeks, it's a bit difficult, having that the star-studded midfield that we've got. But once I remove Jack Grealish, Che Adams could be waltzing his way into my team.
Yeah, fair enough. He's had a decent season, hasn't he? He's 4 goals, 5 assists. He just plugs along. So yeah, I respect that.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, man, I think we've covered pretty much all bases, concerning form players for this aforementioned game week, Joffy boy. So why don't we look ahead? Why don't we look ahead, Joff, and why don't you get your team set up for how it's looking so far for the coming game week, and then I'll chuck it up on screen.
We've done it. We're ready to rock.
Oh, you're way ahead of me, mate. Oh, you're way ahead of me. All right,
Yeah,
mate. Let's jump him on screen. There we go.
What I have done already is I've done DS. So Chilwell most likely will be going down in, I don't know, by the time of the next game week happens, most likely he's going to go down, in my opinion, depending on what Frank says. I mean, obviously, Frank could sway overnight, could say something and it's going to sway people, but Diaz was about to go up this morning and I made a decision. I was like, you know what, I'm going to bring Diaz in. It's like a 0.2 swing and I'm going to get rid of Chilwell. So I've done that. And this is my team for game week, what are we, 15 now. So that's Veltman on the bench. But Salah captain. I couldn't go past Mohamed this week. He's obviously got his rest and he's got his 2 goals. And I'm pretty happy with that team. It looks really nice. And obviously for the podcasters, I've got Melia in goal, Diaz, Justin at the back. I've learned my lesson. Dallas at the back. De Bruyne, Son, Salah, Grealish, Fernandez, Bamford, and DCL. So that is my a lot of stars in there. I love when I've got those dream team players. It's always a sign of good things. So yeah, happy with that, man. And what about yourself? Who are you looking at?
Looking very good, mate. So did DS went up? Did he?
DS went up. He's now 5, 6 or 7. I forget now.
Oh dearie me! I'm gonna have to get on that. Get on there, Joffy boy, because I'm very slack with my moves this season. I've been holding out, huh?
Better.
Yeah, I've been holding out a little bit. So there's my team, very similar to yours, as we said when we did our review. The only difference is I've got McCarthy in goal. Currently, I have James and Chilwell in my back line alongside Dallas, and then the same front line as you: Salah, Fernandez, De Bruyne, Grealish, Son, Calvert-Lewin, Bamford. Exactly the same as Joffy boy. And yeah, I've got some decisions to make here, Joff. I'm gonna wait and see what Frank has to say. Possibly, I'm aware, obviously, of this Chilwell decline in price is very likely very soon. So I will be having to look at whether or not I make the shift and move Chilwell on. It's gonna be some soul searching, Joff, to decide whether I go with a double game weeker or I go with a blank game weeker and really decide on that strategy, because I've got to really lock it in with these transfers in mind, considering that Chilwell and James were two tickets in double game week. So do I replace them with double game week tickets, or do I shift and go for the game week 18 move? But DS is someone I'm obviously considering. I'm actually considering James Justin. I'm considering Lindelof as well. Just plays around that 5 mil mark to cover. So it's, and obviously the aforementioned Kufal as well is definitely one that I'm thinking about. So I'm not sure, mate. The thing is, if I bring in Diaz, then it looks like I'm going to have to shift towards that blank game week and move that way with that way inclined. So it's going to be very interesting little few days leading up to the Christmas fixtures, Joffy boy. I have to wait and see. Salah for me is captain. I'm gonna vice KDB. I don't see that changing anytime soon. Especially with Salah getting his rest. We know what to expect now from that team sheet coming up against West Brom. Very, very nice.
True. No, solid-looking team. Solid-looking unit.
Yeah, so I've got a few things to do. I may just play Matt Target in there and play him against Palace, and that way I only really got to make one move, so I can hold on to either James or Chilwell and just play Target. But I don't see that happening. I honestly believe I will be selling one or both of James or Chilwell, and just moving on from the Chelsea defense. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if I will go to another Chelsea defender. I could easily go Silva or Zuma, but a lot of questions surrounding there. But I mean, we are talking about captains now, so let me just one of those.
Ooh, captain. Ooh, doubled up on the captain.
So we obviously said Salah, great option there for captaincy. Who else are you thinking, Joff?
I mean, if you own Salah, I can't see why you wouldn't captain Salah. To be honest, I mean, KDB. I mean, is there anyone else really? Like, I mean, Fernandez is away form. To be fair, we've got to give that credit because his away form's crazy. It was his first blank in the last time, so potentially Fernandez as well. We know he's in form. So, I mean, anyone else you can mention?
I think I like the look of Grealish, home game against Palace. Something there if you want to go a little bit different. If you want to go really different, Patrick Bamford against Burnley, playing at home.
Yeah, I like that. And if Bammy was on pens for us, it'd just change that like even a bit more. You'd be even more tempted, but
that would definitely be absolutely. All right, Joff. Well, I think it's time that we bring up some leagues. Let's do a bit of a league roundup. See where everyone's at. I'll start off with the ye old public league. Let's just chuck it on the screen. So you can see there we've got Harrow Unicorns has held top spot. Lamb Chops has held third spot, and look at that. Chinoa FC has held. Lamb Chops held second spot. Chinoa's held third spot. So top three unchanged, and a massive 97 from the Horror Unicorns, mate. 97. Well done. Absolutely just demolishing FPL in the top 1K, 1,220 at the moment.
No Salah.
Well done, mate. No Salah. Incredible. Mendy in goal, Justin Diaz and Dallas at the back. Oh, the Diaz-Dallas combo. I like it. KDB, Korean Barbecue, Fernandes and Grealish in the midfield. Great midfield. Calvert-Lewin, Vardy, and Adams up front. That's a solid team, Joff. I really like that team.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I'm surprised. He's obviously got no Salah. I'd be curious if you're watching. Are you going to be bringing in Salah? I am curious. But
anytime soon. I know these. Sometimes these, these teams they somehow get away with not owning certain players like Salah. It's incredible, isn't it? But that's the thing. That not owning Salah gives him the budget to afford the rest of the team that he has.
Yeah, whatever works. Play your own game. That's all you do. Play your own game.
That's it, mate. All right, let's have a look at the Patreon League. We've got Mo Salah, yes, please. Paris held on the top spot with 96. Alpha Minds FC, Yash. Oh, new to the Patreon League. Yash has jumped in there in second spot. Well done, Yash. And Rad Dog FC, 94 points, has risen to third again, back in the top three. Well done, Stephen Mushishko.
Huge scores. Look at these scores.
Just mammoth scores in the league. Incredible. What a tough league to be a part of. What's our gap stretch to, Joffy boy? Where are we at? Where are we? We're roughly 30 points. Not back. Still, Mickey boy still in the hunt there, which is nice. Let's have a look at Yash's team. 96 points. Marnez in goal. Vestergaard, Dallas, and Zuma in the back line. Decent back line. Salah, Son, Fernandes captain, and Grealish. Calvert, Kane, and Wilson. Very nice team. These teams are just solid teams, Joff, that we're bringing up here.
They're banging. They are banging.
Very nice, Joff. Well, that's been the league roundup. Some good food for thought there. Having a look at those teams and seeing what you're up against. That's one thing I like to do is look at these teams that are absolutely smashing out the park and just see where their heads at and see what you're up against, because it's interesting to compare it to your own team and just have a look at what you're missing out on, maybe if you are struggling at the moment, and see where you can make the improvements, make the sacrifices to move ahead.
Yeah, fair play.
Yeah. Why not? All right, Joffy boy. Well, let me just round this up, Joffy boy, by doing a big Patreon shout out to our beautiful patrons out there. Samuel Deering, George Zikakis, Stephen Bailey, Gary Warwood, Kyle Brett, David Parra, Bradley Emott, David Jereb, Evan Kovacevic, Alec Maz, Zach, Damian Roberts, and our producers, Wesley Quark, Bert Van Goys, Shahir Hamid, Patrick Kearney, Lewis Hughes, and Sammy Horner. Thank you very much, beautiful, beautiful gentlemen, for being a part of the FPL Take the Hit crew.
Thank you, legends. Thank you. And to the new Yash, huh?
Oh, Yash. Let me just add him to my list. Apologies, Yash. Yash Verma in the list now. Okay, you're on my list.
Thanks, guys.
I love it.
And thanks to the past Patreons as well. We always appreciate all the love.
Oh, absolutely. Anyone that watches this show, we're very, very grateful that you watch and enjoy everything that we pump out on a weekly basis. We nearly didn't get this done, but I'm happy that we did.
Yeah, we figured it out. We figured it out for you guys. Merry Christmas, huh?
Merry Christmas. Well, that's it. Exactly right, Job. I'm going to end it on that note. Hey, a very Merry Christmas to everyone out there. Enjoy your holidays. Hopefully you got some time off from work, and hopefully you get to see your families. That's always a very nice thing to do over Christmas. For those of you out there that aren't getting to see your families this Christmas, our thoughts are with you, and keep your chins up, and we'll see everyone very, very soon. Thank you very much for joining us. Very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from FPL Take the Hit, Joffy boy.
That's it. You'll see us after. I think we're going to miss the next game week, aren't we? And then obviously we'll be back. What is it? Game week. It's too many game weeks. We're at 14 now, 15 now. What's this game week? 15.
We are at 15 at the moment, which
we're going to miss 16
fixtures. And then then there's midweek games. So unless we can squeeze in a Monday night, perhaps stream,
never know.
It could happen. I think
anything's possible. But if we don't see you guys, we'll see you in the new year. Because that's the thing, is the new year is the next one. So we'll see how we go. We'll figure it out. We're going to try our best.
We'll figure it out. Absolutely. That's it. We're done, mate. Are we still alive? Yeah, we are. As we say at FPL Take the Hit, always remember to stay positive.
Accept the reds, but embrace those green arrows, guys.
Thank you so much for joining us. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. See you all soon.
Happy holidays, guys. Take care.
Take the hit.
Take the hit. Take the hit.